What is the greatest thing you ever seen on the internet other than just seeing Cassia being naked, just clapping his own cheeks on the internet? Well, that will never happen, but I will tell you what just happened is that Summer Game Fest just happened. That's what I actually wanted to talk about. And honestly, that is actually one of the few best Summer Game Fests probably coming out this year, actually. PlayStation showcase that actually really is good, and then like back to back with the Summer Game Fest, that's also really good as well. And I will gonna straight to the jump. I'm gonna tell you about it. Like I have 11 games that I'm actually looking forward for this actually. And if your guys are not actually hyped for these games, I am sorry. You might want to fist bump me in the comment section. I'm willing to be able to Mike Tyson for this shit. But I want to like straight away to say this, like Wolf Among Us 2 is back, and I have not played the first one, but I do know how long it took for like the fans of the series to actually like coming back with a sequel and how hype it is. The Wolf Among Us 2 took 8 years to have a telltale game talking about a detective who is actually a werewolf. That's crazy. 8 fucking years. 8 bloody years that took them to actually make. And I am really happy for you guys. Any Wolf Among Us fan around here? If you guys are, I'm putting my smile from year to year for you guys, literally. And then Lords of the Fallen 2, oh man, making an official statement saying that they're going to be releasing on Steam. Amazing developers who buy themselves out from the exclusivity from Epic Game Store, which I think it was really fucking done dirty. And now it's available on Steam and all platforms. Okay, and Lost of the Fallen 2, new gameplay they showcase are actually phenomenal. I do recommend you guys to check it out if you're a big fan of like Souls-like game. Please, it actually is a phenomenal game, and I think like the first game they did was at least decent. And then Blood of the Dawn Walker that confuses me with the modern era trailer, and then like they go back to the medieval era, a little bit confusing. And I am kind of curious about how the story goes in this game. And then Stellar Blade Blood Rain. 4 games so far, but Stellar Blade Blood Rain was not on my list at first, okay? And then after seeing it, it's literally hack and slash but in Sifu style. I am a big excited for this. And I think I saw people on the internet complaining about like how the main character of Stellar Blade, Blood Rain, is looking more of a child. I say it's not because like like how most of the Asian genes I like look at it almost all the K-pop artists there are actually a bit older than they look younger than the how they actually are in with their age. That's very normal. What other stuff? I think like there's also 2 MMORPG games that got announced. I think two. Is Aeon 2 even supposed to be MMORPG? I don't know, but it looks like it. And there's Guild Wars 3. How the fuck did that game come out? I thought that game was dead. Guild Wars 2 was free to play MMORPG, and I didn't expect it actually for it to come back with the third game. And then we have the Star Wars Galactic Racer. That also is actually pretty sick. Control Resonant, another game that is also really sick. Mortal Shell 2 came out with an open beta. I am actually playing it right now, and I am actually having a blast so far. But I think there are things I don't like. I will make a separate video talking about Mortal Shell 2 open beta later on. And The Last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, The Last Ronin is actually showcased to be developed by Platinum Games, which is weird because before this it was actually like being developed by the guys who make like No More Humans, something that kind of like goofy ass game, and now it's being made by the people who made Nier Automata, Ninja Gaiden 4, Bayonetta, and like almost a lot of hack and slash games that are very good, even including Vanquish and also Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, which is Platinum Games. Platinum Games has been on a streak lately with like amazing hack and slash action game, and now I am really having a high hope for the last Ronin. Really do. And I think like but with all these games that are like I said, like all this good shit, there is one game that in this showcase that kind of disappointed me a little bit, which is Gen Atlas. It's not because the game is bad or anything, it's the fact that like it's actually being Epic Games exclusive. Usually when it comes to Epic Games exclusive, I don't think it's actually a good thing for like the development or like the team of development when they're trying to make money. I think most of the time they're like, I get it. Like Epic Games wanted to actually make themselves like a little bit well known. They wanted to make it their own exclusivity. But I feel like you can't beat Steam when like you are trying to actually selflessly act yourself as like you're the same competitor as Steam. No, there is no way it happening. Steam is a place where like if you want to actually get a guaranteed money, you can actually go there. Or maybe not guaranteed. I wouldn't say guaranteed. And then there's Stranger Than Heaven with Tupac coming back. What the shit? That is like the most wildest thing that I have ever seen so far. Why? And then Power World with 1.0 patches coming out. Man, we're eating so good. We're eating so good in this year, man. And I think like I think three. This is like the three main thing in this Summer Game Fest that got me hyped up. Right off the bat, Resident Evil Veronica. You are playing it as Claire Redfield after all these fucking years. I think it was 2000 where you can play as like Code Veronica Resident Evil. I don't know if you did play it as Claire Redfield. I heard about it, but playing as Claire Redfield in her own game with Hunk. Actually, I don't know if that's Hunk in a trailer, but yeah, Resident Evil with a new trailer coming up with a swoosh, showing up with a bang. Start off the Summer Game Fest live stream. It's really good so far. Everything is actually looking very good in game. Claire Redfield model looks phenomenal, making me a little bit like, ooh, mama. And then like there's Lara Croft, a game that I didn't expect to actually come out from nowhere. Wait, did Lara Croft even come out from Summer Game Fest? No, sorry, throw that one out. Sorry. Monster Hunter Wilds Ascendance expansion. I should talk about Monster Hunter Wilds a lot. If you guys know me, you guys know me. I should talk about Monster Hunter Wild a lot because I didn't like how the developers did not prioritize the performance, the optimization. I think the content in the wilds is a little bit more lacking, and then they just keep reusing and then all like go back to like older games and actually still using them instead of like making new monsters. Like there are new monsters, but I feel like the content for like at the time for Monster Hunter Wild was not appropriately justifiable with the price, and that's why I feel. But with the expansion of Monster Hunter Wild Ascendance, apparently Kushala Daora is back. I fucking hate Dan. I fucking hate that guy. And then apparently there's also another classic monster that came back here, and I don't remember what it is. It was Lao Shong Long or something. But the way it was presented in this expansion, it was actually really good. Like it looks like the whole entire area is actually in the sky, and that is sick. And I'm actually really looking forward for this expansion, even despite I kind of hated the fact that like how the game goes. Maybe if the expansion was actually really good, like maybe they fix with the with the optimization by then, maybe I'll consider coming back. But the biggest of all in this Summer Game Fest will be the Final Fantasy VII, the third part revelation, the final battle of Final Fantasy VII, and oh boy, it looks so good. It looks phenomenal. And why I said this is the biggest thing of all time is that they're going to release this game not on the PlayStation exclusive for the first time. They're going to actually release this game on all platforms on day one. That is crazy. That is phenomenal. The last two games they actually released the game exclusive on PlayStation. Now they are going to actually release it everywhere on day one. That's phenomenal. I love it. Now it's a good time for me to go into Final Fantasy VII remake franchise. I really want to go into it for a longest time. There are also like should like good, like honorable mentions. Grounded 2 has a new expansion. I think maybe not really expansion. A Crossfire. That's like apparently a pretty interesting game by itself. Sand Raiders of Sophie. It's a game that I feel like a lot of people should give a damn about because it's like COTs but on sand or like Dune like. And Alien Isolation 2. I'm not gonna lie, Alien Isolation 2, I'm a bit skeptical because the first game was great, but it was like the second half of the game that kind of dragged me out. But the second one, I want to at least get my skeptical, like I want to have my expectation a bit lowered because I want this game to be succeed. But at the same time, I really do hope they actually explore the formula they have from the first game and make it actually like engaging for everyone else who loves the first game. I would consider I like the first Alien Isolation 1 game. But yeah, other than that, if you guys want to talk, like, tell me about other games or like some of your favorite games that are actually showcased in this show, let me know. Like, I'm willing to actually hear you guys out. But yeah, hope you have loved it. Have a lovely night. That's enough of me yapping. Peace out, y'all.